Alright, hello everyone, it is silverkyle, and today I'm going to be going over the Nintendo Direct that happened today on September 4th, 2019, and I have to say that I was pretty happy with this Direct. First of all, it was 40 minutes long, they showed off quite a few games, and there was a few games that I was kind of on the fence on, and after watching this Direct, I was able to say, okay, I can probably skip some of these games because they're not exactly what I want. And that's a good thing because there's too many games, and being able to say, okay, I can skip a few of those and focus on games that are more up my alley is definitely a good thing at this point in time in my life. And save money, which is good. And then the other thing that's also good for that reason is that they had a few games here that they're bringing to the Switch that I'm now tempted to get on the Switch, even though I already own some of them. So it's a good thing. And that's more of a me problem than a Nintendo problem. It's good that they're bringing these games to the Switch. Man, why am I like this? Anyway, alright, let's start this off with Overwatch. Now, apparently this was leaked. I had no idea about it. But it makes sense. I made a video like a long time ago about games that I think would have done well to be ported on the Switch. Overwatch was one of them. I used to have this on the Xbox. I actually sold it. One of the few games I ever brought back and sold. Never played it, but it did seem kind of fun. Might get it on the Switch, but I wouldn't pay a full price, definitely. It would have to be like at a very reduced price at this point in time for me to get it. Then they showed Luigi's Mansion 3 with some, and I think Overwatch is coming out in November, something like that. I don't remember exactly. I think it's November. Then they showed Luigi's, or was it October? I don't know. It's this year, that's all I know. Luigi's Mansion 3 they showed off, some multiplayer stuff. It looked okay. Wasn't freaking out about it. Then they showed Super Kirby Clash, which is coming out now, and part of it is, like the beginning or part of it is free to play. I was like, okay, new Kirby game, free to play. No, just both those things, I'm not into it. The last Kirby game I just did not like, and this looks like more of the same. And it's free to play, or part of it is. It's no, just none of this adds up to being a good thing. So no to that. Then they showed Trials of Mana, the remake of it, which comes out next year, April 24th, 2020. This I think looked a lot more fun. It looked a little bit like a Tales game, and that's much more up my alley. I actually had the pre-order for the collection that they had of the Mana trilogy. Which has Trials of Mana in it, and then I canceled it because I was buying too many other things at the time. I still do want that collection to play the original games, but this looks even more up my alley, so I don't know if I want to play the originals first and then go to Trials of Mana, but either way, this game I do want. Then they showed, I think the game was called Return to Oberdin or something like that. I really wasn't paying attention, and I was like, this does not look interesting to me. Then they showed Little Town Hero, which was one of the games that I was kind of on the fence on. And after seeing this, where you battle with ideas, what the hell are you thinking, Nintendo? That's no, that's not what I want to do. I'm gonna skip it. It used to be a day one purchase for me. Now I'm probably gonna skip it entirely. But I will still check out the reviews and maybe a few Let's Plays of the game to see if maybe I could be swayed into getting it later on down the road. Then they showed Super Smash Bros. Banjo-Kazooie, which launches today. I don't care. I'm so tired of Super Smash Bros. Being in every goddamn Direct that Nintendo has. It's Smash Bros. It's the same thing over and over and over again. I get that if you're into these games, you're excited and freaking out, especially if you're a Banjo-Kazooie fan. That is cool for you guys, but not for me. I'm just, stop showing me. And then, the next thing that they showed was they showed like the Nintendo Switch, and then they went back to all the old consoles, and then they went to the oldest one, and they started going back, and they slowed down on the SNES, and I was like, and then they went to Neo Geo, and I was like, you sons of bitches, why would you do that? So then they showed Super Smash Brothers versus or Cross or X Fatal Fury, and I was like, I don't care. Why would you do that? That's horrible. You showed the SNES, and you stopped, and then you went a little bit further than Neo Geo. They made up for it a little bit later, though. Then they showed off Link's Awakening, and I have to say that originally I wasn't really up for the cutesy kind of gameplay, but I'm now a little bit more into it. I still would have preferred a darker version of this, but it looks good. I'm getting this day one still. I still have it on pre-order, and I have it for $15 off, so I'm happy with that. Looking forward to getting that game. Next up is Dragon Quest XI S, which I already have on the PS4. It's still in the wrapping. I still haven't unboxed it yet. And now I kind of want it on the Switch. So they have a 10-hour demo. So I'm going to download that, see how I feel about it, and then I might pop this in to the PS4, see if there's a big graphics downgrade on the Switch. If there isn't, then I'm probably going to get it on the Switch. Why do you do this, Nintendo? Why do I do this? This is my fault. And then they showed off Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore, which was an exclusive to the Wii U. Did not expect to see this coming to the Switch at all. I do know that it was going up in price on the Wii U. And now it's coming to the Switch, which is awesome. If you're wanting to play that game and you hadn't picked it up on the Wii U, or if you don't have a Wii U, don't know if I'm going to get it yet. We'll see. It's apparently a very long game, and it's apparently just kind of okay. It's fun, but not amazing. So we'll see. But I'm glad the option is there. Then they showed Deadly Premonitions 2 and Origins are coming out, I think, in January. Not interested in that. Divinity Original Sin 2 looked phenomenal. I am currently playing the first one, and this looks great. I have it, the original on the Xbox One, though, so I don't know if I want to switch over to the Switch. I kind of like having this one series on the same console that I have them on already, but I might be swayed into getting it on the Switch, because like just thinking of playing that on handheld in bed is very tempting to me, like everything on the Switch. It's like to me it's the ultimate console. I just absolutely love it. And then they showed Doom 64, which is coming out in November. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to get it, but that's kind of neat. Then they had Rogue Company. I don't remember anything from that game. Pokemon Sword and Shield, they showed off 4 things. One of them was new Pokemon that looked lame. But then they showed camping, or Pokemon Camp, something like that, which reminded me of the Chaos Garden in Sonic Adventure. I think that's what it's called. When you have the little... Are they called Chaos? I don't remember what they are, but the little dudes in Sonic Adventure, which were adorable, and one of the best parts of the game was when you kind of like took care of them. I loved that, and you'd hatch them. It was so much fun. This kind of reminded me of that, so it was really cute, and I liked that. And then they also had cooking, and I liked cooking in Breath of the Wild, so I think I might potentially like this as well. Definitely getting Pokemon Shield on day one. Tetris 99. I was like, why are you showing me this? I got addicted to that for like a week or two, and don't show... And I was like, no, I want to play again. That's coming out September 6th. The physical version, which comes with a year membership to Nintendo Online. It's half the price of a regular release. So $40 here in Canada, $30 in America. So I pre-ordered it. I already knew the physical copy was coming out, but just seeing it again, I was just... I'm too tempted, and I went on Amazon like right away after the direct and pre-ordered it. I'm a sucker for physical media. It's not my fault. Then they showed Mario and Sonic's Olympic Games. Didn't care for that. That's coming out November 5th. Demon X Machina comes out September 13th. A little bit more tempted in this. I was always kind of like, I don't know about this. Now I'm kind of... And I was kind of like, I'll probably just skip it. Now I'm kind of wanting it. I think that they said that there is a demo that is being released that also transfers over into the real game. It also does have online multiplayer. That's also very tempting. Ugh. I didn't want the game originally. Now I might. Yeah, I think that there's a demo. If there is, I'll probably download it and check it out. Maybe I'll be getting that game too. That's going to be $80. I got to look online to see if I can maybe get that a little bit cheaper. We'll see about that one. Maybe I could get it down the line if they ever drop the game price. Then they showed Star Wars Jedi Outcast 2, and I was like, what? Okay. I'm probably not going to get it, but okay, they're bringing that over to the Switch. Cool. That's an old game. Then I just... like, if it was, I don't know, Knights of the Old Republic, that would have made a lot more sense. If they were going to bring one of the Star Wars games back that they never had on Nintendo. Did they have Outcast and Outcast 2 on the GameCube? I honestly don't remember. Anyway, Witcher 3, they showed a little bit more of that. That one, I have it on Xbox One. I haven't played it yet, but that's where I would want to play it. That's one game that, at the moment, at least, I'm not tempted to double dip in. Let's hopefully it stays that way. Assassin's Creed 4 and Rogue, which is called the Rebel Collection, is coming. That's cool. I already have those games. All right. If I don't, I want them on Xbox. I'm just so far behind an Assassin's Creed. So, did I say Animal Crossing 4? Or did I say Assassin's Creed? I meant Assassin's Creed, but they did show Animal Crossing not far after that. Then they had, I think they said Gauntlet. I don't know. It was there. I wasn't really interested. Then they showed Animal Crossing, and after seeing that, I was like, okay, I can skip that game. I know so many people love Animal Crossing, but this game looks like it has no soul. Like, it looks like it could have been done on the DS if DS was HD. It's 2019. That's coming out next year in 2020. It does not look like a 2020 game at all. Like, there's nothing to it. And you can still be cutesy. You can still not look. I would never want an Animal Crossing to look realistic. That's not what I want at all. But have a little more detail. Like, it looks so boring and empty. I'm sorry, but it just really does. It's not what I want at all. I just feel that it's the same thing over and over again. And I feel that the GameCube one had more heart and soul than this game did, from what I remember. I could be wrong on that, but that's really how I feel. And then they showed Xenoblade Chronicles, the definitive edition, coming out next year in 2020. I've played this on the Wii, but I'm only like 5 hours in or something like that. And I've always wanted to get into it, and I kept saying, oh, I don't have the right disc in it, though. I assume I have Xenoblade in that. I'm bad for that. I have OCD, and yet this I don't. This doesn't bother me. I mean, when I see it, it does, but I always do that all the time. Anyway, now I have to get that game on the Switch and finally play it and beat it, which is going to take months, but that's okay. But I have to because it looks glorious on the Switch, and considering that if this would have been on the Wii U, then at least it would have been HD, but it's not. So I'm gonna get it on the Switch. Man, I did not expect that. It looked great though. So there's a lot. Basically, this was a lot of RPGs, and I like that. I really like that because it makes me feel that later on down the line we're gonna get even more RPGs on the Switch. And that's exactly the kind of games that I like. So the games that I'm going to be getting day one right now from this list are Link's Awakening, Pokemon Shield, Tetris 99, and Xenoblade Chronicles. The games that I'm tempted to get from this list are Overwatch maybe, Luigi's Mansion 3 maybe down the road. Trials of Mana, I feel like I will get that. That might even be a day one. I didn't even mention SNES games are coming. I didn't put it on the list because it wasn't really a game, but SNES games are coming. Super excited for that. Super Mario World, Samus, like Metroid. I can't remember the one on SNES. What else was there? There was no obviously Link to the Past. Games that were missing that I feel would just down the line. I really want Final Fantasy 3 and 6 on here, and I also want Donkey Kong games. I don't know if that's going to be a problem because it's technically Rare's owned by Microsoft, all that kind of jazz. But I really want Donkey Kong on those, and I don't know if it was there because I quickly looked through it. But Super Mario RPG, if it's not already there, I really want that as well. Okay, so SNES is coming to the Switch. I don't know if it was confirmed before, but it was very strongly hinted at. So, very happy that this is finally happening. They're also going to have a SNES controller that you can have for the Switch. Where was I? So, Overwatch was a maybe. Luigi's Mansion 3 was a maybe. Trials of Mana might be day one. Dragon Quest 11 might end up getting that too. Tokyo Mirage is a maybe. Divinity Original Sin 2, I might get it on the Switch. Demon Ex Machina might also get that too. Man, so many games. And so little time and only so much money. But yeah, this was a great Nintendo Direct. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this Direct. Are you looking forward to a lot of these games? What games are going to be on your day one list? And I'll talk to you all next time. You've been Bearded In.
Beardage.